At Rome Fiumicino Leonardo da Vinci Airport, travelers are greeted by an amazing experience, as a trip through art and beauty turns the wait for their planes into an opportunity for discovery. Aeroporti di Roma has been welcoming culture and art for years, displaying works that have gradually transformed every corner of the airport into visionary spaces dedicated to expression and stories. Here, art is more than just a detail. It is an invitation to wander and rediscover the deep link between past and present, explore the connection between the great Italian artistic heritage and newer forms of expression. Where do these works take us? What worlds do they reveal? This is Orizzonte, a podcast series developed by Cora Media for Aeroporti di Roma. In Roman mythology, the Greek god Hermes is called Mercury. He is the messenger of the gods, the link between humanity and the divine, a childlike trickster, agile and full of guile, as fast as the wind thanks to his winged sandals. Mercury is also the god of travel and the protector of borders, crossways, and exchange. In the ancient world, thresholds are considered sacred. They are closed and open at the same time, forcing us to make a choice. This is the reason why trade and passage would always take place under the protection of Mercury, guaranteeing the success of business transactions and movements, as well as encouraging the crossing of every barrier. We'd like to think that Mercury never really left, but has been hovering over Rome Leonardo da Vinci Airport for all these years, connecting our modern world with that of the past. So, let's travel back in time and visit ancient Rome. You've just landed at Rome Fiumicino International Airport, Leonardo da Vinci. Now, close your eyes and open them up again after just a few moments. With a little bit of imagination, you'll see a vast blue sea, dotted with boats, and the shore covered in orderly but busy and noisy buildings and structures. Further off in the distance, looking westward, towering above an artificial islet, you'll find a tall lighthouse and two long curved piers that from the north and south pinch the large body of water in the port. These piers date back to the years 40 and 50 AD respectively, under the empire of Claudius. The port itself was inaugurated by Nero in 64 AD, and later expanded by Trajan with the construction of a large hexagonal basin a few hundred meters further inland. Said basin is still well preserved today and perfectly visible to anyone flying over this piece of land, which faces the Tyrrhenian Sea. You can admire it after takeoff or before landing in Fiumicino. All around, you may see canals and other waterways, which connect the sea with the port and the river Tiber. The name Ostia itself comes from the word ostium, which indicates the outlet of that same river which brought about the birth of Rome almost 3,000 years ago. In practice, this was the greatest seaport of the ancient world, the beating heart of the Roman Empire, and the state's economic, productive, and commercial system from its birth to its final days. Today, this hub would perhaps be more similar to Shanghai, Singapore, Hong Kong, Dubai, Rotterdam, or New York. Indeed, the word port comes from the Latin portus, which means door, the door to the Mediterranean, a passage and entryway, both a threshold and a doorway, a dock and portal that connects the city to the world, as well as opening its identity up to other worldviews. This was an essential part of the Roman world's multicultural outlook, a tradition which is upheld perfectly by Fiumicino International Airport. But the connection between ancient Rome and the airport doesn't stop here. Inside the airport, travelers have the opportunity to delve into the past thanks to the exhibition Men and Gods in Ancient Ostia. a selection of precious works which depict human nature, like the statue of Sabina, wife to the Emperor Adrian, sculpted in the shape of the goddess Ceres, or the series of statues of young fighters, and the statues of gods, such as Apollo with his lyre, or Juno, also known as Demetra, as well as semi-gods like the nymphs of the sea. The works come from important city areas, such as the urban center of Ostia, the infrastructure of the port, the wealthy residences, the temples and sanctuaries, the political institutional buildings, the roads, the thermal baths and theaters. This is where we find the stories of men and gods, telling us tales of the life, traditions, and the many cultures of one of the most important centers for the ancient Mediterranean world, a crossway of people, products, and every sort of goods. Ostia, the port and doorway to Rome. And so today, modern travelers passing through the connection to Dock A, with their trolley and tow and their boarding pass on the screen of their smartphone, are suddenly catapulted into a different dimension. Crossing a world of nymphs, wrestlers, and gods before moving on to their destination. But nothing will ever be the same. They've traveled through time, met the gods, and now, with the aid of Mercury, are ready to leap up into the sky. Orizzonte is a podcast series by Cora Media in collaboration with Aeroporti di Roma. Written by Rosella Bettinardi, narrated and adapted by John Vincent Aquilecchia. Editing by Sara Poma. Sound design by Lucrezia Marcelli. Graphic design by Rebecca Grassi. The project manager is Anna Nenna. The producer is Sabrina Patilli. The post-production coordinator is Matteo Scelsa. Studio recordings by Luca Possi.